we move on to react to the full chaos between Morocco and Argentina. As Morocco win 2-1. No. Before the break, we talked about France defeating the GSMC 3-0. Now we discussed the full chaos between Morocco and Argentina, as Morocco were able to win 2-1. And wow, where to start here? I mean, not the best look for the Olympics for Olympic soccer, especially on the opening day. This is not what you wanted to see, these sort of scenes. But from a neutral point of view, from an entertainment factor, wow, we got some amazing entertainment. And we're definitely, in my opinion, this is definitely the start of a rivalry brewing here at these Olympic Games between France and Argentina. It goes back to the 2022 World Cup where Argentina beat France. You see the what happened this summer with Enzo Fernandez, the discriminatory chants on the bus. Let's say these games, what happened at these games, the way that they were treated by the fans in the crowd. A lot of them were Moroccan, but these are this is in a French stadium. The way that the Argentinians were complaining about how the Olympics was, and the Argentinian fans, saying some, negative things about France and all that. You even see in the rugby's, it's a little bit rivalry growing between the two. Argentina are one of the more teams that can threaten France for winning the gold medals in rugby sevens. So there's definitely a rivalry brewing there between France and Argentina. But this game was not between France and Argentina. We're gonna get France and Argentina at these Olympic Games, soccer-wise. I'm sure we're gonna get it. Hopefully, Argentina losing this game, we might get this quicker rather than later. We might get this as soon as the quarterfinals. That'll be the funny thing with Argentina losing this game. But Argentina, they lost this game, and it was I don't know where to start. I don't know if we should start from the beginning or we should start from the end, because okay. So Morocco, obviously, they're playing with the likes of Hakim Ziyech. He's representing them. But Hakim Ziyech played a good game today, right? But the star of the show today happened to be their striker, Rahimi. I might be saying it wrong. Let me just go see how it's spelled exactly. Sofiane Rahimi, their striker, who are able to bag 2 goals. They also have the likes of Richardson, Amir Richardson, starting in midfield for them. Amir Richardson was actually a dual national, American, Moroccan, also French. He could represent any of those teams. He decided to represent Morocco. He's the son of Michael Ray, actually. Michael Ray, former NBA player. He's the son of Michael Ray Richardson, former NBA player. And then so he had the chance to represent U.S. there. His mom is a French Moroccan, who's from France, and he decided to represent the Moroccan national team and played for them. So that's a great opportunity for him to be on this big stage at these Olympic Games. But yeah, overall interesting game. Morocco were able to take the lead. I think Morocco, they controlled possession more within that first half. They really were the more progressive team in terms of they were comfortable on the ball. They were getting forward. They were choosing their moments to attack. Argentina, they were slowly growing themselves into the game. And then Morocco were able to get the goal right before halftime, kind of a gut punch to Argentina. And then on top of that gut punch in the second half, to start off the second half, Morocco were able to win a penalty early on, kind of a tic-tac penalty in the fact that it was a slight push to the back. Some of the penalty calls at these Olympic Games have been disgraceful. I mean, the officiating has not been to the level that it needs to be. Some penalty calls have been just completely horrible. And yeah, they gave a penalty for a tic-tac push. And once they called it on the field, it was hard to see VAR overrule it. VAR didn't overrule it. And then Sofiane Rahimi was able to get that second goal. And then Argentina, they would slowly get themselves into the game. They started attacking more. They started playing more high intensity. They ended up getting Thiago Alameda was able to equalize the game. And as Argentina were pushing on, you know, there was a lot of time wasting going on from the Moroccans, throwing, time wasting, getting on the down injured on the field, time wasting, all that. You remember at these European Championships, they took out those long numbers of stoppage time. They eliminated those for the European Championship, but FIFA still has that part of it. You know, they want to stop this time wasting. They took it out in FIFA, but FIFA they took it out in UEFA, but FIFA still has it. So at these Olympic Games, we saw those, you know, we've been seeing the 9 minutes to 10 minute added ons. And in this game, we had 15 minutes just because of all the time wasting came in from Morocco. And with 90 plus, I believe it was 16 minutes, it seemed like Argentina were able to get an equalizer off a triple ricochet. I forgot who it was. I believe it was Christian Medina, who was able to get that. Or was it Medina or Simeone, Diego Simeone's son? Yeah, it was Medina. No, Simeone was able to get the goal in the sixth. It wasn't Alameda that scored the goal in the 68th minute. It was Giuliano Simeone, Diego Simeone's son, who was able to get that goal in the 68th minute. And then Christian Medina, 96th minute, was able to get the equalizer. Immediately after the equalizer, you know, I heard a whistle while watching it, and I saw players walking off the thing. The Argentinian players getting rushed because there was like, you know, there was a few fans storming the field. There was firecrackers getting thrown on the field. We saw an Argentinian player kind of jump and react. I just thought, oh, you know, fans are going wild. Game is over. They're trying to rush the Argentina players into safety. And I thought game is over, and I'm moving on to the next. I'm watching my rugby on my iPad, and then I'm switching the channels to the next soccer games because, you know, it's quick turnaround in these Olympic games in terms of soccer. And I'm moving on to the next events, and I'm focusing. And then during one of the commercial breaks during my rugby, because I was watching it on the main network that was going on, I think it was the main network going on, covering the Olympics in America, they cut to, during commercial break, they cut to the scenes of the Moroccan Argentina game. This is almost 1 hour 40 minutes, 2 hours later, and they're going back to the scene, and then the referees has bring the players back onto the pitch. It's a completely empty stadium. All the fans are cleared out, and they're doing a VAR review of the goal, and they do the VAR review of the goal, and they deem that it's offsides, and they add another 3 minutes, which I don't understand because it was 90 plus 16th minute when that goal happened. I believe, you know, if there was no fan storming the field and none of those disruptions, I think the referee would have blown it right on that goal kick. But for some reason, I guess Argentina, maybe, maybe they were like doing like some compassion thing, because, you know, that would have been unjust to Argentina. You go into the locker room 2-2, and now you come out 2 hours later and make it 1-1. Let's just give them a few minutes. But look, it's a weird situation. I mean, to say the least. Now, number one, Argentina, they weren't robbed. You know, you can't argue with the technology. It was offsides. Now they go into the locker room 2-2, and you could say it's unfair and all that, but they weren't robbed. It was offsides. Offsides. You can't argue with technology. You know, they can go argue with themselves. They can't argue with technology. Now, this being a circus and all that Javier Mascherano was saying and talking about what happened yesterday with, you know, robbers and all that. Okay, yeah, that's necessary, all that. But the Argentina weren't robbed. You know, they can say unbelievable. Messi can tweet out unbelievable, and Rodrigo can tweet out whatever. But, you know, Rodrigo de Paul. But at the end of the day, they weren't robbed. Now, the way they handled the situation, waiting 1 hour 40 minutes to do this VAR check, to having all the fans leave and all that, the way they did that could have been handled a lot better. Yes, but in terms of the actual thing, I mean, it was justice. It really was. It was justice. It was offsides. You can't argue with technology. But yeah, just an hour 40 minutes is absolutely crazy, and yeah, I could understand the frustration with Argentina. Yes, but at the end of the day, it was justice. It was justice, and Morocco were deserved winners of the game. I thought Morocco played better than Argentina. I think Argentina were a little slow in possession, and they waited until a little bit too late to turn it on. And look, you get paid against quality teams when you do that. And Morocco, they were quality. They were quality. You saw flick-ons. You saw good touch. You saw technical ability. You saw leadership from Hakimi. It's just they were really, really good. So, yeah.